Let's move over to another high-level BJJ black belt in this heavyweight scrap as we have Marcus Buchecha coming in at -145. He takes on short notice replacement Ryan Spann, who comes in at +125. Now, Buchecha was originally scheduled to take on Max Jimenez this weekend, but Jimenez pulls out and in steps Ryan Spann. So Buchecha still getting his wish to fight this weekend, just not against the guy that he had originally accepted to fight. Now, it's clear that the Buchecha experience has not really worked out the way that people expected it to. He came into the UFC, I believe, with a 4-1 record, but he came in as a big favorite against Martin Buday and couldn't get to his grappling game effectively enough, ending up coming up short by decision that night as Buday was able to outdamage him and win at least 2 of those rounds on the scorecards. Buchecha returned against Kennedy and Nzechukwu, and we saw more of those issues come into play, especially in the first and third rounds, where he really struggled to get the fight to the ground and allowed Nzechukwu to just pick him apart on the feet and end up landing better damage. In the second round, Buchecha was able to eventually get the takedown, but it was not enough for him to work for a finish, and Nzechukwu actually got a point taken away, I believe, from eye pokes, and that led to that fight end up being a draw. We know we're not going to get a great striking performance from Buchecha. It's all about the wrestling and utilizing that strength early. Explosively, he's very good early, but he starts to fizz a lot as you get into deeper water, which is why he struggles to get to his positions, especially in the second and third rounds. Not the greatest striker. Wrestling is improving. It's all about the jiu-jitsu game and trying to get guys out of there early before he starts to slow down and he can't get the positions that he needs to get the wins. Now, he's going up against short notice replacement Ryan Spann, who's looking to build off of his submission victory over Lucas Dresky last time around, and that was his first win at heavyweight after he ended up coming up short against Waldo Cortez Acosta in his first fight at the weight class in the UFC. We saw Cortez Acosta pick Spann apart, stay away from the power punching of Spann, and then eventually muster up a second round finish. But then Spann, again, was pretty much dictating the pace in the Dresky fight until he was able to get that submission win. He is now 2-4 over his last 6 fights, but again, with wins over guys like Ovin St. Preux and Lucas Dresky, you still wonder what kind of success he can have at heavyweight, especially at this stage in his career. He's been a guy that you often hear has mental issues in his fights, and that often causes him to fold up or not really fight to the best of his ability. And you can see it in those Anthony Smith fights as well, specifically the second one where he did big damage to Smith in the second round, I believe even breaking the orbital of Smith in that second round. And then in the third round, Smith somehow pulled off the comeback and was able to win that third round to get the win on the scorecards. Spann has big knockout power. He has a sneaky guillotine as well when guys shoot in for bad takedown attempts. And he's a guy that we can often rely on to get early finishes or get finished early himself. 8 of his 12 fights since 2020 have finished in round 1, and he's 5-3 in those fights. Now, in this matchup against Buchecha, we already know kind of the blueprint here, right? Buchecha is going to be looking for the takedown. He's going to look to surprise Spann, change levels, get this to the ground, and get to his BJJ. Whereas Spann is going to be looking to either stick and move, throw big power shots to kind of scare Buchecha away from takedowns, or even threaten with his own guillotine, because he probably has that kind of positive delusion that he might be able to submit Buchecha, similar to how Anthony Hernandez was able to submit Rodolfo Vieira. I just don't think it's going to work out for Ryan Spann. I'm expecting an early finish here no matter who ends up getting their hand raised. I think it's going to be Buchecha who's going to get Spann to the ground, and I think from there he'll be able to get to a submission position pretty easily, and I think he'll be able to force the tap from the American. If not, maybe Spann is able to get that knockout early, but I'm going to go with Buchecha here. I feel a little queasy in terms of taking him at -145, but I don't mind violence here, as I do expect this fight to finish under 7.5 minutes. But the official prediction will be Marcus Buchecha by submission.